Hello and welcome to this video looking back at some of the top events of 2011. This year has been very good for video games. For example, Alice Madness Returns, sequel to the 2000 American McGee's Alice. Yes, it took that long to do a sequel. This game is a horror version of the classic Alice in Wonderland. Another game, very good game, is Batman Arkham City, in which you play as Batman or Catwoman as you explore Gotham City and take on various villains. Another very good game that shows you can make a good superhero video game. Then there's the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, sequel to Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion. A very open adventure of a large game world, explore interactive characters, engage in battles, explore dungeons and so on. British game Little Big Planet 2, sequel to the hugely successful Little Big Planet where you can create your own levels, so that's been expanded on. Another sequel, Portal 2, yes, puzzle game which has had co-op added to it from the original, so a very good year for video games. As for consoles that were released this year, the Nintendo 3DS. The 3DS is a unique games console because it displays stereoscopic images which make more 3D games. And some great games to go with the 3DS as well, including Mario Kart 7, Super Mario 3D Land, and The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. There has also been tragedy this year. On the 11th of March 2011, Japan was hit by a devastating earthquake and tsunami that killed almost 16,000 people and left a lot of people without their homes, transport and food. But even after the earthquake and tsunami, Japan and neighbouring countries were left in fear because of the nuclear power station had become unstable. A lot of work and very brave people worked really hard to stabilise the power station, and it is stable now, but it needs to be kept that way. It's caused a lot of protests for people against nuclear energy, and I agree with them. It doesn't really make sense to have a nuclear power station in a country known for its earthquakes, so maybe there's a lesson to be learned here. And now for a more happy occasion, on the 29th of April 2011, Prince William and Catherine Middleton married in my very own city, London. As to be expected of a royal wedding, there was a huge turnout, but incredibly it was estimated over 2 billion people watched the wedding worldwide. Now, for those not familiar with British royalty, I'm just going to a little bit of detail. Now, well, Prince William is the eldest son of Prince Charles and Princess Diana. Princess Diana was famously killed in a car accident in 1997. William is also a grandchild of our current Queen, Queen Elizabeth II, and Prince Philip. Philip is not a king, he's only consort to Elizabeth. Yep, the current titles of William are Prince, of course, Duke, Earl, and Baron, and likewise Catherine is a princess, she's a duchess, countess, and baroness. And if William becomes king one day, then Catherine will be queen. Osama bin Mohammed bin Laden was the leader of the terrorist Al-Qaeda group, which was responsible for the September 11 attacks on America, as well as many other attacks including the 2005 London bombings. There has since been a worldwide hunt for bin Laden, but it was until the 2nd of May this year that an American team under President Obama's command killed bin Laden in his compound in Pakistan. While many rejoiced over bin Laden's death, there are those that believe otherwise, that possibly bin Laden had already been killed. According to the US, bin Laden was buried at sea, hence the picture you see now a somewhat more appealing image than that of the man who brought so much suffering to the world. There was a show I remember watching as a child called Columbo, which starred Peter Falk, the unlikely but brilliant detective, famous for his catchphrase, "Just one more thing." Peter died aged 83 on 23rd of June this year. Sadly, Peter developed dementia towards the end of his life, which got so bad he couldn't even remember playing Columbo. No doubt Peter will be remembered as one of those great actors who continued to do what he loved best up until towards the end of his life. The first video game I owned was Sonic the Hedgehog for the Mega Drive, aka Genesis. Sonic celebrated his 20th birthday on the 23rd of June. To help celebrate his birthday, Sega have released Sonic Generations, which features levels from many of the past Sonic games, as well as classic and modern versions of Sonic and Tails, so you can relive the Sonic history. Amy Winehouse was an English singer who died on the 23rd of July. Although I didn't follow her music, what struck me upon learning of her death was that she was only 27, very close to my age. She was a very successful singer, and no doubt her fans will really miss her, but a lot of people will tell you that she was heading that way because of her alcohol and drug problems. So, although a very talented singer, she let her downfalls get the better of her. The 5th of October was a very sad day for Apple fans when they learned that Apple's co-founder Steve Jobs had died at age 56. He died of pancreatic cancer, and since his diagnosis he knew he was going to die soon, and because of that he made the most of his remaining time. He left behind such a big legacy, and he was such an inspiring man, and he did change the computing world for the better. After Steve's death, many famous people paid tributes, but I think President Obama summed it up just right when he said, "There may be no greater tribute to Steve's success than the fact that much of the world learned of his passing on a device he invented." Muammar Mohammed Abu Minya Gaddafi was a once ruler of Libya until his own people turned against him. There had been much unrest in the country, and supposedly Gaddafi was responsible of numerous crimes even against his own people. Towards the end of Gaddafi's life, he encouraged those who followed him to kill those that opposed him, even making threats against other countries if they intervened. Ironically, despite Gaddafi calling his own people rats, he was found on the 20th of October in a sewer pipe hiding. He was captured and killed that day. Now let's hope that Libya can look forward to a more positive future. So Jimmy Savile was an English DJ, probably best known for hosting Top of the Pops, Jim Will Fix It, as well as his radio work and raising money for various charities. He died at the age of 84 on the 29th of October, a couple of days before what would have been his 85th birthday. Jimmy was an interesting character who didn't really open up about his personal life, but despite hosting Jim Will Fix It, in which typically children wrote in with requests such as to meet celebrities, Jimmy was quoted as saying that he didn't even like children. Make what you want of Jimmy, but no doubt he'll be remembered for the good deeds he did. So they were some of the top events of 2011. But what do we have to look forward to in 2012? Well, some people believe the end of the world, but hopefully before then some less dramatic events, including the London Olympics, the Diamond Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, and a celebration of 100 years since Alan Turing's birth. Alan Turing is often thought of as the father of computing, and he was a great mathematician and computer scientist. whatever you do in 2012, enjoy and stay tuned for more videos, and that's bye for now. Bye.